Hey agents, officers, managers, what's happening now? Welcome back, and hope you enjoyed the last few videos we've set around the series. This is a series about the biggest mistakes that you can make in Facebook advertising and how you can solve these issues and solve these errors that are being made. Get all 7 pieces right. You've got an effective tool to get more listings, keep your commission high, and show what you're doing for the vendors. Now, in this specific segment, we're following up the hit and hope from yesterday of just placing that single ad, and then also no strategy on the day before. We're talking about this specific topic on the wrong creative, not using the exact copy that needs to be done for social media and just using the standard, everything goes like you do in a normal portal. Now, the traditional agent has been placing the same words onto the portal for properties. They look at the property, put all the features down, and it's a real remotely kind of robotic way of putting words down. Social media does not necessarily like that kind of interaction. Social media and digital marketing on Facebook is specifically around social. So it wants to feel that you're speaking person to person. It doesn't want to feel like it's a promotion. And in fact, the algorithm is so good now that if it looks too much like a promotion and running an ad or running something that you're trying to sell, it's going to put you lower down in the algorithm picking list, and you'll get less exposure than it looks like a human being speaking to a human being. Funny that we've got an algorithm picking out human beings versus human beings, but it's so powerful, that's exactly what it's doing. So it's very important with your words to think carefully and clearly about how I'm going to speak and express this. Create some emotion around what the property's about. Who's it appealing? What's this property for? What's the kind of buyer that's looking for this property going to be appealed to? You need to really actually think clearly about how, if I was selling this as an elevator pitch on this property to another person, and I'm speaking to the person that's specifically around that buyer interest, then you need to be speaking in that word. That's the same kind of way that Facebook's algorithm's looking at it. Now, when you look at the copy, you've got the picture and the image, which is really the first thing that catches the eye. It's the thumb stopper, it's the attention seeker, and that's pretty important that you do some split testing like we spoke in yesterday's segment about how to split test different images to start getting an understanding of what your area likes in terms of images, what type of properties have different appeals around what image you should use, whether it's a video or picked image for your advert. And we highly suggest the videos. We'll tell you a little bit later in one of the later segments why videos are so important. But it is important to get that thumbnail right. You want to get some branding around it. Sure, you don't want to put too much text in it, but you want to appeal to that image of that property that's going to get the right buyer in. It's no good showing something that's not going to be appealing to what this property represents. What we always say is find the dream buyer, and by doing that interview with the vendor, why they live there, why they move here, what's so amazing about it, what are they going to miss the most about when they move out of this property, what are they going to wish they took with them when they leave this property. Those kind of insights will give you what you need to say in the text of your advert, and also what imaging to use. So get that interview, find out exactly who the dream buyer would really be for this, and then you start speaking that language. If it's an investor, you don't want to be speaking about how community is going to be great here and how fun it is going to be living here, or it's a beautiful swimming pool. They want to know clear hard facts about how much am I going to get in return on my investment. Am I going to get that return on rentals and things like that? So you need to get clear understanding about what this property is and who the dream buyer is and what's the intention around this property. And this all goes from that first part we talk about having a strategy. Go through the objective, find out exactly what you're trying to get out of the sale of this property, and please don't use the words that are sitting on your portals or on your websites. This is a different language. The images, again, must be appealing, and often having people in those images make me feel a sense of that property's got some emotion and I have a connection to it. Obviously, again, with investors, that's not as important. Depends who you're aiming in your objective and what your targeting is like. That'll dictate what kind of language you want to use and what kind of content you want to put in your copy. Now, it's very important that you appeal emotionally in your words to why would I want to move into this property, why would I want to invest in it, or whatever the objective is. Now, underneath, you've got the second part, that's also the headline. The headline's a call to action. It's a catchphrase. It's not just a simple statement out there. You want to be asking people to come to this open home. You want to be actually saying something special about the property and why I want to be in and catch my eye. So first of all, image. Second of all, the heading, and then they start reading the text in more depth. They will look at the text in the beginning a little bit, but it's not going to be what's going to catch the eye first. It's going to be image, and then it's going to be heading, and then more of the detail. So now that's all about creating the right content and the right creative around your listing, and also doing a heck of a lot of split testing Now, split testing doesn't cost you the money because you're splitting it against all the different creatives. Facebook, on its optimization system, where you choose optimization, it'll actually deliver it to all of the ads at once, and then it'll start delivering which one's better and find the ideal property and the best return on investment. So utilize that specific capabilities. Let the algorithm do the work. Don't let people fool you in outside industries and business saying they've got a computer system or a software or an app that you can load your property up, do an ad, and its special algorithm and its special artificial intelligence is going to find you the best buyer. They're actually just using all the power that's still sitting in Facebook. The only thing that you're missing out, Jay, is it sits in the ad manager, not in your ad manager. So long term, you've lost out again. And we will keep talking on about this ad manager. We're very strong in terms of, in our vision of helping agents, officers, and managers have a long-term process and a long-term benefit out of this, not just hoping somebody else gets all the benefit and we have to keep dolling over the money like getting trapped with the portals at the moment. So the more you spend outside without your own data, the more you're going to be stuck. Those that are traveling with their own data and running in their own ad managers are getting great results after a year, 2 years of consistent strategies and consistent ways of doing things. They're now getting massive, massive attention on their websites, on their Facebook pages, on their advertising, where they're looking at 500,000 million views and engagements over a period of 6 months, which is massive for an individual agent or an individual office. I hope this one's been helpful in terms of the third one around the wrong creative and getting the creative correct. Always make sure you're watching your ads and how they're performing so you can see if the creative's good. It's no longer doing split testing or doing a whole lot of different campaigns and you don't monitor it either and switch off the ones that don't work, tweak the other ones that do work. This is why Facebook advertising is not a hit and hopes situation, and it's about getting the right creative and speaking the right language. Where we're going to be coming on tomorrow again and talking about why you're not using video and why you're missing out on the great opportunity of data and how it's going to affect you in the long term and how you can actually benefit by getting great data. Hope it's been great help. Feel free to click on the message and comments and give us some information, give us questions. We'll do another video for anything you ask. Share this with anybody who thinks it's going to be relevant for them and helpful. Hope you had a good day. Chat tomorrow. Cheers. Bye.